Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So we're now heading into that part of the season where you expect to see more activity. It's been very quiet lately, but that's not completely unexpected. Beginning part of the season through June and July, you don't see a whole lot of activity. Then we start to see that activity increasing as we go through August, heading towards the peak of the hurricane season, which is September 10th. So this is the time of the year. As we go through August, really the second half of August, you start to get a better idea of what kind of a hurricane season you're going to have or not going to have. So we're going to watch very closely as we go through the next several days or next several weeks, really. Now, throughout August, the areas that we are watching is pretty much everywhere. You look out into the far Atlantic, you look across the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, the Western Atlantic, pretty much everywhere is fair game. Now, early on in the season, we were already seeing some of these systems developing out into the far Eastern Atlantic, and that's because these water temperatures, they are just so warm. What you're looking at here is sea surface temperature anomalies. So we're looking at whether our water temperatures are cooler or warmer than average. Anytime you see one of these yellows or orange shades, that is showing you warmer than average, and anything in blue, that is a cooler than average. And what you're noticing is virtually everywhere you go, we are looking at above normal temperatures. And it's been this way since the early parts of the hurricane season as well. So there is plenty of warm water across the entire tropical Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, anywhere you go. Plenty of warm water. So if we get something to develop, the problem is there's plenty of fuel out there as far as warm water is concerned. So you look at that wide view across the tropical Atlantic, and the one thing that really kind of jumps out at you is this right here. That's that dry Saharan air, which continues to work its way across the Atlantic, and we continue to see bouts of this working its way through. So things are quiet right now. Yeah, we've got this one wave here, but no signs of any organization with that. And wind shear, that is lightening up across many of these areas. But as long as we continue to have this dry air, that will pose an issue for any systems as we go through the coming days. So you watch the Fox model as we go through the next several days. You got the big ridge sitting to the north. You have that dry air, and you see these tropical waves trying to work their way from the east towards the west, but you're just not seeing any big development with these, and a big part of that is because you have some of that dry air, which limits these systems. So as we go through the next 5 to 7 days, things will stay quiet, but we will continue to watch very closely because we're now heading into that more active part of the season. We'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.